Got two girls in the cut, and I don't know what to do.
Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you along for this 2K Sports presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. Here we go. And it's Atlanta to start out. And finished off. By Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
And there it is for him.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. Well, if you're looking for entertainment, Banchero is ready and able to provide it.
Edwards drives in. Can't answer back with the dunk of his own. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
And what you love about him is he's a team-first guy, willing to do whatever it takes to win.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
After drawing contact, Mitchell shows great body control to finish.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one. And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Randall from outside.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now Griffin. Following the miss by Julius Randle from deep. Shots good by Mitchell.
Reliable. That's Mitchell from three.
Edwards drives in. Randle from outside. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Smith. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And showing off some agility on the break. Banchero is so elusive in the open floor.
Pass to Randle. And Randle throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Now, here's Banchero. That one falls.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Oh, how about the find? This is why you can't leave someone open on her team. And you know what? They've been on a nice run here and have the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
And it's Mitchell missing. And so Edwards will bring it up for Atlanta. They trail by 11. And the basket by Becker.
One of the quickest strokes out there. Paige Beckers ready to fire.
Now here is Smith. Three-pointer. Randle grabs the board. Pass to Gobert. Out to the wing. Here's Wilson. Fires from deep. Another shot. Randall outside. 2 on the clock. Takes it inside. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Charlotte. They lead by 9. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Charlotte.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
Thompson outside. Pass to Gobert. Back to Randall. Here's Vandersloot. Charlotte leading by 12. Charlotte moving it around. And Love has it in the corner from downtown. And he's good on the 3 ball. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, well, over his last few years, Love has taken way more 3s than 2s. He's quite comfortable from that.
Now here's Edwards. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. From deep three-point land, Gobert with the block.
Well, you have to be aware of Gobert on the floor. He's got a few Defensive Player of the Year trophies.
Here goes Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
The Atlanta trails by 17. And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, he can cross you up, hit you with the spin move, score over either shoulder. This young man is a force.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Thompson for the triple. They get it back. Here's Tisdale. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And here's Charlotte. They've got an 8-0 run. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the basket by Johnson.
Johnson letting it fly in a hurry.
Here's Banchero for 3. Johnson with the block. All sorts of time. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Fluid motion off the catch. That's a nice shot.
Banchero draws the double. Here's Love. Smith with a wide open look. Drops in the tray.
3 points.
Smith's got 5 now.
An absolute sharpshooter. J.R. Smith always rises with confidence.
.102 left in the first half. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Here is Edwards.
Substitution on the court.
To the middle. The kick out to Simon. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Randall with the ball. And Simons picks him up defensively. For 3, Mitchell. Smith outside. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer, Randall. Rebound, Atlanta.
And even with good coverage defensively that time. He has confidence to drill the three.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
Back to Mitchell. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham.
Charlotte foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
First personal foul.
The first one falls.
The line for Atlanta.
So he gets them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Over in the corner, Randall. Gets it off. And so it's Charlotte up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be right back after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Charlotte. 17 points was their biggest margin. For three, that shot off the mark. The Atlanta trails by 12. Banchero grabs the board. So Stan, in terms of emerging young stars, Banchero is very high on that list.
Well, he sure is, Kevin, because he can create shots for himself and his teammates. And as we've already seen in his early years, this guy is at his best in the playoffs, and that's a trait you're always looking for.
For three, Edwards trains the three-pointer. Edwards got 5 now.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Randall outside. And then Randall slams it in.
Don't even try to defend that. What a move, Julius Randle.
And Julius Randle with the three. 8 points for him.
And by distance, that corner three is the shortest on the court.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul.
Team foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter.
Love the defensive pressure from Randle, using his size well to discourage the shooter.
Smith outside. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on, they're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now.
Substitution on the court.
It's tipped. Randall down low. And the foul called on Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Atlanta making a switch here.
In for Atlanta. Number 2.
1:49 left to play in the third. Here's Mourning. Here's Cunningham. Simons from outside. Charlotte leading by 13. Here's Love. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Chris Bosh.
Well, what you like about Love is his leadership, both on the floor and off it. He takes this seriously.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Here's Wilkins. Cunningham with some nice D.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
got that one up quick. Thompson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on two things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
And Edwards drops them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Three-pointer, Simon. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Simons has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Atlanta. Charlotte moving it around. Oh, and the dunk by Wilkins.
How about the high-flying acrobatics by Wilkins on that? Yeah, they call him the human highlight film.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. And here's Wilkins from the arc. Good on the triple. Wilkins has got 5 points now in the quarter. Pass to Green. Back to Love. And here is Green. Defended by Gobert.
As intimidating a defensive presence as there is, Gobert could write a book on rim protection.
Edwards puts in the three.
And his ability to affect a game goes way up when he's knocking down shots from three-point range.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Wilson. Up in time. And so it's Charlotte. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that.
49.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The Atlanta trails by 15. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Love, and Thompson sends it back.
In terms of off guards, Thompson is an all-defensive team-level player, can compete with the best of them.
He draws iron on the dunk. Banchero with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Smith outside. A three. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, you'd better put a body on Johnson. That guy is just too talented to forget about.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He knows every possession is critical now. Charlotte leading by 13. Randall outside. Back to Monroe. Randall left side. No good on the triple. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
And by no means does Edwards take a lot of corner threes, but he will knock them down from there.
Randall with the bucket.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
Bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Pass to Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Down low. 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Let's keep it going, fans, for your Atlanta Dancers.
Charlotte leading by 13. Here's Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Tenacious play there by Griffin against really good defense. But he's not one to be scared off either.
And he's good on the second. And so it's Atlanta with it. Pass to Randall. Back to Edwards. The kick out to Bosh.
2 minutes.
Now Edwards. It's Bosh with the drive. And Chris Bosh with the slam.
And Bosh can use his size like he did there. And he can step out and hit the jump shot as well. You love the versatility. Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Tries again. No good from Bosh. Charlotte leading by 14. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And Mitchell gets it to go.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
No good on the wing three. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Again, Mitchell missing. Back to Edwards. Pass to Bosh. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paolo Banchero. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Bosh. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Randall. Lays it up and banks it in. And Charlotte leads by 18.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight. Look, when you don't put a body on him, he makes things happen.
That one is off.
Well, you like the steadying presence a guy like Julius Randle gives a team. He's a reliable and experienced player others can lean on out there.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Butler from outside. And he recovers it. Lets it go with a three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Over his career, Butler's maybe been a little erratic from distance, but he always takes them with confidence.
Oh, you have to love the effort there on that one. She didn't let the foul stop her from attacking.
Good on the second free throw. And she makes all three. Wilkins outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That free throw, no good.
At the line for the away team, Dominic Wilkins.
And the second free throw, good. 9 seconds left in the game. The drive by Green. It's good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a master